So let's get a few questions from the Cult of Cornette Facebook group. Jim.
Brian.
Dakota Rhodes wants to know, what would happen if the WWE swerves everyone and has Roman keep the title? Does it kill Cody? And what happens to the bloodline?
Now, wait, well, first of all, back up. It's not Dakota Runnels, is it?
I don't believe so, but the name here is Dakota Rhodes. There's a hometown that comes up if I hover over it. I don't think it is.
Okay, well, then, all right. Then what was the question again now that I've derailed the whole train of thought for everybody?
What would happen if WWE swerves everyone and has Roman keep the title? Does it kill Cody? And what happens to the bloodline? It is an interesting question because everyone is, probably correctly so, assuming Cody has to win the belt.
Well, and sometimes there's a reason for people's, pretty unanimous assumption is because it would, at this point, I would fear a Lugerfication. And the bloodline does not have to be dissolved completely, although, as we've talked about earlier, the threads are there for somebody to break out of it. But then there's a lot of people in that family, so it's not like they'd be short a replacement if they needed it. But which one's going to go? That's the fun part, right? Blah, blah, blah. So to me, yes, you don't trounce the goddamn every member of the bloodline, and it looks like maybe both titles will fall, although, Zayn and Owens is up in the air, but I'm sure they can come up with a creative finish, but maybe not. But even if you beat them for the belts, there's the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, and there's the opportunity to do something, shocking or to get the bloodline some of their heat back. I don't think they'd be going into this just saying, okay, we've thought as far as April 2nd, and that's as far as we're going to think. They have to know how they're coming out of it at this point. They've taken so much care with this that even like Heyman definitely knows, pretty much what's going to happen and has to have had some input on where they're going from there. And he wouldn't just let them, we're just going to beat them and boom, piss in their mouth while they're down there. And then, so the bloodline will continue and there will still be heat amongst these, participants so that they can have rematches and lead to the next pay-per-views and etc. But it'd be hard to come up with a way for them to get out of putting the belt on Cody with this amount of build after now it's been souped up by him coming back from the gruesome grisly injury. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the right thing to do. There are different scenarios we could probably come up with, which...
who are they going to make right now that would be better than Cody to beat Roman Reigns? And after almost 1,000 days, for fuck's sake, it's not like it's going to harm his standing in the community that much. But I'm sorry, go ahead and finish.
Well, it's also Vince McMahon, so you always worry about the idea he loses his mind and does a WrestleMania 9 thing, where all of a sudden at the end of the night, The Rock shows up and wins the belt in 10 seconds.
I don't know, because he was there and in a firmer position and had his hands in more pies, so to speak, than he does right now when they started the Cody thing. So it's not like he's against this angle. They've actually just reprised it and souped it up.
The question was about Swerve. Let me throw a different monkey wrench. I don't know what
a different swerve?
Let me throw a different swerve at you. Not even a swerve. What if it's a double turn? Cody walks away with Heyman. Roman and his family finally break up. Roman's on his own. You're going into the Raw after Mania. What's up with Cody? Now he's with Heyman? What's up with Roman? His family's abandoned him. He showed more weakness in his face this past week on Raw in that promo than he's ever shown on TV. Again, I'm not saying I would do that or it's the perfect thing, but I'm just coming up with possible scenarios.
Well, you've gone from WrestleMania to maybe Survivor Series in one night.
Call me Tony Khan.
Hey, Tony.
Hi.
You certainly are. But anyway, does that answer your question?
So you don't think it would be a good idea for a swerve?
I don't know. I would be swerving at this point that drastically, right there, that quickly, because the family bloodline machinations can continue to keep going. And then just one Uso split off, but then the other one follows later because of something. Yeah, I mean, you can.
Know, I saw one yesterday. I think it was on Facebook, and I hated it. But it was put in my head. I was like, God damn it! Why did this guy put this in my head? What if Sammy ends up turning on Owens, and it was all just to trap Owens? All of this with Sammy.
No.
And then Sammy goes in and helps Roman keep the belt, reuniting the bloodline.
No, but that's when you'd get the fucking deal where the people in the stands stand up and turn their backs on the ring when he's doing shit. They're like, no, fuck you. Now, no, this is too much. Who booked this? Russo? They've gotten Sammy in a nice little place. I don't think they're gonna fuck with that either.